Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will teach you how to calibrate your Cricut machine. I will be calibrating my Cricut Maker first generation. We want to open up Cricut Design Space. And inside Cricut Design Space, over to the side, you will see these three bars next to Canvas. You want to select that and go down to Calibration. So within this tab here, you see it has three different types of calibration that can be done to your machine. And again, I'm using the Maker. So because I'm using the Maker, I have the option to calibrate my Rotary Blade, my knife blade, and print then cut. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to do the print and cut. So I will select print and cut. Calibrating your machine ensures that it cuts printed images accurately. Okay, so you're going to come down here to the bottom and you're going to make sure that the printer that you want is selected, that you want to print your paper out on, and then you're going to press print. I've already done that. Okay, so while that's printing, why would you want to do, or why would you need to calibrate print and cut on your Cricut machine? Well, you will want to use this feature if you are working with printable vinyl or sticker paper. And the reason that is because you're going to be loading your paper or your printable vinyl or your sticker paper. You're going to be using two machines. One will be your printer, and then the other one will be your Cricut machine. So you want your Cricut machine to be calibrated, so when you put your paper in, whether it's the printable vinyl or the sticker paper, you want things to line up correctly. So recently I did some stickers and all of my stickers were off. It's a mess. So it made me dive deeper into figuring out how to calibrate my machine. While calibrating my machine, I noticed that there was other options too, and that was like the knife blade and the rotary blade. Okay, so you should have your paper printed out now. You're going to take your mat and the paper that you printed out, and you're going to make sure that you line it up in the corner. Make sure everything is lined up and press it down. So now we're going to press continue. Cricut is looking for my machine so I can connect to it. All right. So now it's telling me to load my mat. Okay. Okay. So now I've loaded my mat and it's telling me now to press go and let it do its first run through. Okay, right now I'm going to test and see how well it cut out my square in the center. And as you can see, it did very well. But I'm going to still continue to let it go so you'll be able to see what happens next. So it asks me, does the cut lines touch the printed line all the way around? And I will say no. Now it says which ones have cuts closest to the center. So when I look at each one of these lines, I'm trying to see which one lines up closest to the center. So if you look at number 1, it's way off, it's over here. So when I come down here and I look at number 10 and 11, they look good. So I'm going to go with 11 for the number side. And now I have to do the same thing over here to see which one for the letter size. And when I look at the letter size, I'm liking K. So we have 11, it's on the line, and K is on the line. Okay, so I selected 11 and the letter K. So I'm going to scroll down and hit continue. And it's telling me to unload the mat. Now that the calibration cuts have completed, we need to reprint and retest your machine. Unload the mat and click continue. So I unloaded the mat and I'm going to press continue. So now it's having me reprint the page again. Okay, I'm going to insert it back into the machine. Press continue. It's looking for my machine again. So I'm going to load it. And then I'm going to press the go button. Okay, so now does the cut line touch around the square again? So let's see. I don't mind this part because my blade is old. So pull it off. And it did do it, but my blade is kind of, I need a new blade. So it did do it. If you can see here, let me show you. It did do what it's supposed to do. Okay. So now it says, does the cut lines touch the printed line all the way around? So I'll put yes. Okay, so now again it's asking me which ones have cuts closest to the center. So when I'm looking this time, I'm getting a 12. My 12 looks good. And then if I come over here, my M looks good. So I'm going to change the top to 12. And I'm going to change the letter to, what did I say? M. And then I'm going to press continue. Okay, so the last thing it did, it cut all the way around this square in this rectangle in the middle. So let's see when I pull it out. It did really well. It did really well. You can still see the black line going around the paper. Okay, so now It says confirmation cut. That's what we just did. And it says, does the cut line touch the printed line all the way around? And I'm going to put yes. And then now save and close. Okay, so that is it on the print and cut part of the calibration. So now we are going to do the Rotary Blade calibration. So I'm going to touch Rotary Blade. Okay, and it says, for best results, use a sheet of paper to calibrate your Rotary Blade. Insert your Rotary Blade into clamp B. Okay, so this right here is the Rotary Blade, and it only has one blade. Now you may have something similar to this, but it's not the Rotary Blade, it is the double score blade. So make sure you have the Rotary Blade one. So I'm going to come here and take out this one, and I'm going to put the Rotary Blade in, close it, and make sure. Okay, so now it's telling me to insert the Rotary Blade, which I just did, and now it's telling me to insert the paper in the top left corner of the mat and then press continue. Okay, so now I'm going to load the mat into the machine. Then I'm waiting on it to go. Okay, so now I will press go. Again, we are calibrating the Rotary Blade. Let's see what it tells us to do. Okay, so you can't see it that good, but this line looks like the one. Okay, so now it says count down from the top. Select the set of lines that overlap the most. Okay, so if you look at this on the screen, I can tell you right now when I count down 1, 2, 3, 4, number 4 for me is correct. My number 4 on my paper looks like the number 4 that's on this diagram. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to press 4. Then I'm going to press continue. And now it says that the Rotary Blade calibration is complete. Okay, so get the most adequate cut with the knife blade. So I'm going to select this one. And it says insert knife blade into clamp B. And then it's going to have me place the paper in the upper left corner of the mat and load it into the machine. So let's see. Right now I'm going to take the Rotary Blade out, I just did, and I'm going to put in the knife blade. So the knife blade has a tip on it, Just like to an angle, if you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to load this, lock it in. Then I'm going to take my mat and load it in. Okay, and then I'm going to press continue. So I'm going to press go. So now it says after you unload the mat, so I'm going to unload the mat. It tells me to count down from the top and select the group of lines that overlap the most. And when I look at it, it looks like line number 1, 2, 3. It looks like line number 4. It looks like line number 4. So now I'm going to select number 4 and press continue. To ensure that you get the best performance and longest life with your knife blade, click the link below. And they're talking about over here to the side. So now I'll press close. Okay, and that completes our calibration of the Cricut machine, specifically the Cricut Maker. Thanks for watching.